Eyes closed and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away.
Captain Rion, we got him on the run. Captain Rion, smoke him.
All right, now I'm going to stay in the catch, my family, and welcome to the little sneak attack. We got a special guest here today. She'll be coming in shortly. My sister, my soul sister, Gina. We're going to be talking about orgonite and all the different questions. What up from Scotland? Now, I just feel like it's on now. I'm like, Gina, get back in here because we're about to rip. Okay. So what up, dude? You guys having fun in those dream times? We had a paradigm shift last night. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. If you guys woke up like, whoa, where am I? There's a paradigm shift happening right now. Okay, and I wanted to kind of discuss you guys, and you guys can title this if you share it, like, what is this about? And what does it feel like as the dimensions separate and as our, the true light beings and whatnot start to really encompass, really what we're doing down here. And, there's a bifurcation going on. So the easiest thing how I can explain that is oil and water. What does it feel like in dream time? Oil and water. What does it feel like when you guys are in your robes walking through the center of a crowd and everyone is getting out of your way? Oil and water. It's just there's something that's happening right now with the light that is inside of your heart and the true spark of our Creator. Our Creator is with us. So I just really wanted to say that. The bifurcation is real. But here's the positive thing for everyone. What up? Plasma and magnetism, baby. Plasma and magnetism. All right. So that's something I just wanted to say, just casually, that's really what this is. There's a bifurcation going on, and the main things to realize is it's okay to, look, everyone's my homie. I love everyone, but you know what I mean? What I get a lot is, and what people are trying to figure out is who is their 4D and what is that behind the scenes? You know what I mean? What is that doesn't want you to graduate? What is that doesn't want you to step into your abundance and your power? What is that in your bloodline? Even some of you guys that come, depending who our families are and how we got here. My main thing is the peace that I find happens in waveforms. So the different waveforms, we are made of energy. We are frequency. Your body literally is an energy signature, and you are a waveform, ripping through the universe, right? The most important thing to understand about that is being a waveform, being energy, being an energy signature. A true spark of creator or creata, right, is supposed to, manifest into a planet, incarnate into a planet. There we go. Gina's coming in hot. And then I'll let you join in a second, Gina. And the main thing is that being a creator being and being an incarnate down here, your waveform, once we got here and we rooted, us star seeds then became, star blossoms, and now some of us star sequoia trees. Our goal was always to basically incarnate into this density, absorb enough information from the collective around us, all of our parents, our friends, our high schools, our middle schools, all of our relations, take in enough data so that our higher ups could actually see how to gracefully adjust the plane of existence known as planet Earth. Every single being that bumps into me, every single being that I speak to, every single time that we grab bad guys and we assist good guys. What I'm trying to say is that I don't have, per se, the malice that I used to. But what I can say here is this. Some of us were meant to lead. We were never meant to follow. If you look at your soul agreement and your soul contract, nowhere in that agreement does it say we were meant to follow. You were meant to be your own independent leader in this world. And I just want to remind you guys of that. We are the soul family. I love you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I'm here to remind you, because this place distracts you. It makes you think about this or think about that. Listen, there are huge global things being cleaned up right now behind the scenes. There's a lot of movement. We're going to go and do a normal morning coffee here. I don't know, Friday or Saturday. But I just wanted to kind of reach out here with Gina and have a little disclosure here on some of the orgonite things that we do. Because she invited me to her broadcast, and I'm very excited to be with her people. But that's really what I wanted to say. There is a paradigm shift. You guys may wake up in the morning and you feel like, what was that? There are shock waves going on across the planet, and some of us are rising above the tide. It's like all of a sudden you're levitating 3 or 4 feet above the water and the storm's going on down here. So how do we get there? You got to detox your body, detox the parasites in your body that are attached to the lower world. We're going from a carbon-based life form to a crystalline-based life form. So remember, that will have a biological shift in how you perceive and your reality and how you operate within it. So I just want to be real cool, calm, and casually. A paradigm shift is a big thing. I hope that all of us go through about 2 or 3. I just experienced one last night. I woke up 3 hours later than I normally do. I woke up like, where am I? And I felt really good, and my body felt good. And I was like, yesterday in the gym, I worked out hard again, and I'm sitting in the steam room, and I asked my guides. All of a sudden, my neural network, boom, came back online since I got back from Ireland, and my oversoul started vibrating through my body, and they're all, welcome back. And I was like, where have I been? They're like, you were sleeping since you've been home from Ireland. And I was like, wait, what? And then I saw, you can see all the cables coming down, all the stuff attached to you. And the main thing I want to remind everyone on this planet is it's your choice if you wish to carry these cables from your friends, your family, your interactions, doing grid work. I had a moment of clarity, and I was like, these are not mine to carry. Remove them from my field. And it's in those moments where your oversoul starts to vibrate and oscillate through your stream where your clarity comes back to you. And as soon as I removed all these cables off of me, I felt like myself again. However, when you do this, imagine each of these cables is a belief system. Each of these cables is like, HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, 8th grade, who I am, my high school girlfriend, whatever it is, right? Every time you grab one of these cables and move it off you, it's like that program no longer serves the all. You get more dialed into really being that soul spark that came here to flip a planet. So just remember, when you're playing with that stuff, you might go Obi-Wan Kenobi and you're like, whoa, what am I doing in this, this place? It's a little strange down here. Okay, there's a lot of weird things bumping into me. Hey, back up. I don't know what this is, but back up. So last night that happened, and I wish that for each and every one of you. Maybe you guys go on a really awesome run, and you jump in a lake, or you jump in the ocean, or whatever this is. You're diving through the waves, and you're going to have a paradigm shift, and it's coming. I always get stuff about a week or two, because Sedona is accelerated. You guys are going to go through one in the next week or two for sure, if not, if you haven't already gone through many right now. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. With that being said, I'm going to bring Gina up on the stage here. We're going to talk about some orgonite, and we're going to answer some questions for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys always ask me about the orgonite. So let's bring in one of the experts, all right? Here comes Gina. What's up, Gina?
Holy guacamole. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the internet just in my entire house just went out at that exact moment that we were going live.
Listen, welcome to the show. I got Starlink, internet. I have backups on backups out here. They, not to mention computers. So how you doing?
Yeah. I'm excellent. You mentioned waking up and just feeling like you were in a different reality this morning. And I've had a few of those in the past couple of weeks, where there was one morning I woke up and I couldn't remember who I was. And I also I couldn't speak. Like, it was that intense. I couldn't even remember if I knew how to talk or what. Like, there's some really intense shifts going on lately.
Right. I think some of our DNA is just being activated. And what I've tried to reflect, the last 15 years is, listen, when your higher selves and your soul says, hey, it's time to wake up, it doesn't care about your job, your reality, your relationships. It's like, hey, you're going to do what you showed up to do and why you chose to incarnate on this planet. And once that fires off, there's no going back. And then, when they say go with the flow, go with the flow, your higher self say, hey, man, choose your heart and go with the flow. Once you're in the flow, here's how it works. You're in your raft. Remember my old video? Stay in the raft. The issue is that, you're in the raft with your higher selves. Listen, you can't change the flow of the river that's pulling you out to sea. All you can do is ride that raft in the most balanced manner as you can, because we are all being pushed towards this great change. So I think it's really important to just go trust your heart, trust your higher selves, and go with the flow. So Gina, hit me. I know we had a little dissertation. Okay.
Oh, I'm out again.
No, dude, listen. Keep talking. Listen, you got a little circle and your voice is going. You'll come back in when your internet jumps. Ask me all those questions you had about orgonite and how you use it, because I really wanted to kind of dive deep, because I don't talk enough about it. And I know you're a specialist in your own way. So hit me with some questions.
Thank you. Okay, so one of my questions is, how do you see or perceive crystal frequencies, and how do you pair and harmonize them? Is it from a point of intuition, or do you see it like as music, or how do you?
For me, you guys see these sunglasses? These are polarized, right? Polarized sunglasses. How do they get the polarization so you can see? Because obviously with polarized sunglasses, you can look up in the clouds and see things your normal eyes can't see, right? There's a coating on them. There she is. Well, in the same way, I realize that when I make orgonite and I'm crushing different stones and I'm mixing them together, I'm creating custom frequencies by these stones that normally would never be found together in nature. Like some of these, layers in my devices, let's just say this one, like right here, this blue layer has 30 or 40 different types of crushed crystals that are pulverized into a powder and then recompressed. So as I crush all the stones, I remove all the empty space from the actual crystals, and then I recompress them into a piezoelectric object, and then I change the frequency. So what I'm getting to is I see orgonite almost as a harmonic vibratory tool, in which, similar to kind of how we used to see stuff back in Atlantis, in Lemuria. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm just trying to think. Recently, I kind of discovered, it was kind of the spontaneous moment where I just thought of the number 8:52, and then all of a sudden my body just started vibrating through the whole body. Like the aura got really cold, everything started vibrating, and I was like, what am I doing? What is what is happening right now? And so I thought of the number 172, and my root chakra started buzzing, and I was like, wait a second, can I just kind of tune my chakras just by thinking of a number? And
well, it's that it's really in resonance with the hertz. So your higher selves are telling you, hey, 852 hertz, 172 hertz. The main thing I wanted for everyone out there, you know, and I want to give my hats and tip my hat to Miss Susan Walter, who made these solfeggio mandala cards. So as the app's being built right now, okay, it's being literally loaded to the Apple Play Store within the next 5 days, and we have it up. This is what I wanted on it, and this is what I recommend for everyone out there playing with frequencies. We actually built our own frequency generator into the app. So I could take my thumb and I could drag it to any frequency I want, and I could play any frequency I want through my devices, right? I thought that'd be really cool, because what's going to happen is I'm going to give you guys a tool to go, bro, I don't know what frequency this is, but it was 4 a.m. and my higher self said, take your thumb and start dragging it. I mean, who knows? It's like 1182.6 hertz is the humdinger. So I'm going to give you guys some tools to start playing with your own stuff, and that's being built in the Teamlight app right now. So also with the solfeggio cards, I like the frequency of the week. Imagine having a PEMF device and I go, hey, the frequency of the week is, you know, whatever, 888 hertz for manifestation, right? And we all can put them on in our homes, and us as the team, like a bunch of honeybees, we're all rolling at some custom frequency. The rest of the planet has no idea. They're like, who are these people and why are they vibrating like honeybees? We're like, you know, you're like, I'm in New Zealand, and then you're like, I'm in Australia, I'm in Canada, I'm in the US, and all of a sudden you're like, eh. So there's got to be something that we do together. Not to mention, hey, put it on the speakers in your house. I just want to give you guys some really cool stuff. We're also going to have all the Rife frequencies, okay? So all the stuff to destroy parasites, regrow bone, all the awesome stuff. Yes. Okay. We've all been waiting for these med beds for quite some time. Listen, they're going to be fantastic, and I'm really excited for all of them being stored up on the moon or wherever they are in someone's basement. We're going to be doing our own things while we wait for the real things to come out. Like I said, we have a whole thing going on downstairs. It's taken about 2 years to create, and we're doing that for the public. I want you guys to have the same tools at your disposal as I do. That's all this is. So with that, don't you have one of my devices in your garden?
Oh, I have so many of your devices.
Tell them about the growing, how you put it out there, and it went crazy. Tell them.
Well, I mean, it happens with just the regular orgonite too. I think I started out getting like the manifestation generator, and I noticed I had these plants that were just growing in weird directions towards the manifestation generator, and I was like, that's weird. And I think, what was it, maybe almost a year ago now, I got your tetrahedron, the PEMF, the prototype. No, listen, everyone out there on Earth, she bought something. She calls me, goes, my higher self told me I want that one. This is the original Roman dodecahedron. I cast this and then put it inside of her device. I made one, and she goes, hey, higher selves told me, I'll take that one. So this is the original core that we made. And this, like I said, this is the exact replica of the original Roman. That's what's inside yours, Gina. And that's insane. I had no idea. Yeah. So, and the thing is that I put magnets. So all the spheres are magnets. Okay. Oh, wow. So yeah, that's what's in yours. So like I said, I just wanted you. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I just want to get us back to kind of where we were, at least understanding frequencies, harmonics, and how they can not only benefit us, but the plants, the animals, your pets. That's my whole thing. I want to know, I'm trying to put back old Tartaria. I'm like, well, how did they run the frequencies? What kind of scalar waves? What was the range of the scalar waves? And then obviously how to protect us from all this weird shit, the dirty electricity and the cell phone towers. Like, I need to make force fields. That's why they look like this.
force fields around my family. So go ahead.
Right. Oh, so yeah, I started putting some pyramids outside, and my garden is bonkers. Like the tomatoes are gigantic. They're like the size of baseballs. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. And it's all like all the plants are growing in these weird long shapes, like trying to get to the orgonite. Like we're starved. We need the chi. We need the prana. We need
Gina,
the life force.
speak. Tell me these things. I'm just the nerd wizard in the shop. You got to tell me how it affects the environment. Please keep going.
Seriously. So I had a dying plant, and I honestly was like, I thought it was beyond hope. I was about ready to throw it away, and my partner was like, "No, put it in your crystal room." And they don't even necessarily go for this stuff, you know. They listen to me and they're very supportive, but they're not into crystals or anything. But they were like, "Yeah, put it in the crystal room. Let's see what happens." That thing is it's like back from the dead. It's crazy. It loves it. And I give them all structured water as well, which you can do with your orgonite. You can set your water next to a pyramid or whatever you have, and give it the directive. I have found that orgonite really likes directives. Like I've been able to clear my aura, clear my chakras, just do all sorts of like energy body, plasma, light body stuff with the orgonite by giving them directives. And you can do that with crystals too. But I feel like for me personally, I don't know about anybody else, but I have a really good communication, like almost like a two-way street with the orgonite. Like you tell your orgonite you love it. You give it, essential oils. You wash it. You take care of it. You set it outside. You connect it to the grids. And I feel like the more attention you pay to the orgonite, the better it works for you.
Well, like I said,
you form a relationship.
Yeah, well, programming the crystals, when I started putting the crystals in the skulls a long time ago, the main thing is they're programmable. And so what I did is I used to put a crystal in a skull, and I would point the skull, say, at the door where the weird energy would enter the space. And I would like, yo, bro, your job is to guard this door. Don't let anything weird in my house. Like, so this is, I got these big like dragon skulls just like with like Vogels in their foreheads. And my programming is like, do not let any turds enter my space. Like I have it like, I got like little sentinels all over my house, right? So what I realized though with programming crystals is crystals like to work with your own natural abilities and your own intuitive abilities. They want to help you. They want to assist you, but you have to program them. And someone asked like, I think in one of my past videos, like, what do you mean you program the crystals? Oh, for everyone on Earth, I program the crystals with the highest level of protection for my family to only allow the highest levels of abundance and prosperity into their lives. That's the only programming I do. I'm here to lift the entire collective up like I'm doing a shoulder press. I don't have any weird nerd. I don't know. Whatever that weird thing is, I'm not allowed to do it. I'm not allowed to do it. My higher selves would just, hey, jackass. So I don't know. Once you guys' third eye comes on, you got guys in robes walking down the hallway at 4 a.m. looking at you like, hey, you're going to be okay. I mean, once you're in that place, this is already just a meat suit, my meatsicle suit, and we're here to assist each other. That's all I'm trying to say. So with that, have you been playing with the frequencies on the PEMF? Have you been playing with any of that stuff? Okay, Definitely. Tell me your favorite. Tell everyone on Earth what are your favorite frequencies for that you like. Maybe for the helping the garden. Because you're beta testing everything, so you know better than I. You know what I mean? You're the one who has all the answers. Let the people know which ones work best for you.
Well, for me, so I recently got this Vogel pendulum that I've been experimenting with because I've been studying medical intuition and like muscle testing and using the pendulum for like herbalist sort of stuff. Anyway, so I got this pendulum, and I have the Vogel crystals in the orgonite, but besides that, I haven't really worked with Vogel crystals at all. And so I was reading a little bit of, what's her name? Elena Danan's.
Yeah.
She's got a method where she, you do like the blowing, and you clear it that way. But there's also like I think it's 2096 hertz will clear a Vogel crystal completely. I don't think it'll
2096 hertz. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
So I've been
almost like
using
the
that.
reset. Okay.
Exactly. So I've been doing that. Oh, sorry.
No, I was saying, what are the hertz you found that actually help the garden? Which ones? What frequencies do they like?
They love 432. They love 528.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually found they like the lower frequencies, I think.
The gamma, like the Schumann and up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 285, I feel like they really like. Because because it's closer to the resonance of the earth, I think. But it seems like they really like that stuff.
When you're doing your test next time, this is what I would like to know. Different groups of plants, whether it be for example, rooted plants like carrots and potatoes, let's just say, or, and then that's in the ground. And then we have the tomatoes and the egg, the stuff that grows above the surface. I'd like to know which frequencies work best with each family of plants. Maybe the trees like this frequency, the tomatoes like this frequency. Because what I'll do is you tell me, hey, bro, 267 hertz, my tomatoes look like basketballs. I'm like, done. I'll put a damn tomato on the app. Eggplant, you know what I mean? I'll be like, cucumber. Lettuce. I'll be like, I'm just saying it out loud into the whole planet. Listen, you guys figure out with the PMF devices what frequencies your plants for. Another thing too, your animals, your pets. Cats love this frequency. I'll put a little cat. My dogs
are addicted to these things.
I'll put a Hello Kitty on the app and just go, this is for your cat when they're going crazy and they keep running. So I think I'm saying this globally to the whole planet to give everyone ideas. Let's find what frequencies work best with our environment, whether it be our dogs, our cats, our pets, our fish, plants outside, vegetables, fruit. I think that's cool. So no responsibility, Gina, but now that you're on the broadcast, I'm getting this.
I'll do some experimenting.
Gina, find the frequencies. You can do it. No, you have the right tools. So.
Yeah, I'm building a little nursery in the back of my house. So I have some pepper plants, some habanero plants, and some tomatoes and stuff I'm going to try to grow over the winter. So to be continued.
Since you're a rock star, I think I'm just going to send you a gift, Gina. I think I'm going to send you my new coil design, and we'll talk about after we get off camera. Because here's the thing. Awesome. Me just saying that out loud, everyone should know these frequencies. And I know there's probably information.
Oh, they're essential.
Yeah, my thing is I just want to know, because here's the thing too. My coils are a little different now. It's not just a copper coil with enameled wire. No, ours has 3 levels of coating, and then it's in a silicon sleeve of a toroidal structure, and then it's in a piezoelectric device. So I'm basically creating it's 4 layers deep. You guys are just looking at the outer. It's 4 layers deep, and what I'm trying to figure out is how to harmonize and get the crystals to interact with each other, then send the energy out. It's not just a tone. I'm building woofers made out of crystals. And you're like, oh shit. I'm like, imagine my sound waves are coming out as color, frequencies, data.
I have a story to tell you. I have to tell you. So I started playing the really higher frequencies, like the 2096 and like some of the higher ones. This thing is hooked up to a Bluetooth. Like I'm playing it through the amp with my phone. There's no speaker involved. I'm hearing the thing. I can hear it vibrate. It's all like you can hear it from across the room. It's crazy. My dogs are like they're a little scared of it at first. They were like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
Listen, I'm Frankenstein. You guys, you're like, "Is it powerful?" Like I make Frankenstein stuff, and the only thing I have to pay attention to is how much wattage. And like I said, everyone who buys one of my PEMF devices, listen, do not unplug it out of that amp. The reason why we use that amp, that 136 watt 2-channel amp, is because if you put too much voltage through it, you're going to cook the wires, and then you might crack the device. So that goes with any amp out there. And then obviously 20 minutes. No more than 20 minutes on the real low frequencies. On the higher frequencies, you can play it for about an hour. But no, I just want everyone out there to know that you don't want to cook your coil. You just paid good money for it. I want it to last for you guys. for years. So no, that's definitely a part of it. Okay, so let's talk about some of your insights on the stones and crystals you like. And a lot of people, we all love crystals on this channel and stones. What are 2 or 3 of your favorite stones and crystals and how you utilize them?
Shattuckite. I love Shattuckite.
Oh,
And I can't explain why. But I love it. It
this
makes me
this
feel
is Shattuckite
so good.
right there.
Okay, nice.
So,
Yeah,
Gina,
I
and you know
love it.
why I wear Shattuckite on the right hand, right? Okay, Shattuckite
Something having
helps
to
you
do
guys
the
with
night
public.
side?
Nope, Shattuckite helps you with public speaking. Some of you guys out there that have a hard time speaking or having other people understand you when you're speaking, you put Shattuckite on your right fire finger. So that's your sending hand. So when I'm talking to people, I always put Shattuckite on my, because we're trying to find a frequency match so we see eye to eye and at least be heart to heart in to speak. But that's what I use Shattuckite for. Go ahead.
Okay.
You like that stone? What else?
I love Seraphinite.
Oh, I don't have any on. Yes, that's that. Okay, if you guys don't
man,
know,
I love
Seraphinite is a Lyran stone. That's Lyran.
Oh.
Seraphinite is a Lyran
Okay.
stone. That green? No, that's a Lyran stone. What else do you like?
I love Moldavite, and I love the what's the Libyan glass? I can't remember the Libyan.
Oh, that
lightning
volcanic glass from yeah. That's nice. That has a.
That stuff is
I don't
awesome.
know if that's like nuclear or fallout though. Like I gotta be the Libyan glass. Like I don't know. People were like carving it up. I'm like, wait, isn't that what happens when you melt sand at like 5 million degrees and it's just scattered all over the desert? Like I don't know. I gotta be careful with somebody.
Maybe
But
it's from who knows?
maybe it has a super high frequency from everything down here. Is special and has a record. So my favorite stones. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. What are yours?
No, go. That was 3,
okay.
but go ahead. Keep going. People like this.
I live off of Lake Superior in the UP of Michigan, which one of the big reasons I wanted to live up here. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed with like ghosts and with the connection between, they called it the stone tape theory. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there's a connection between like ley lines, underground water, large amounts of quartz and limestone in the earth. And then you find weird stuff like residual hauntings and whatnot. And I was obsessed with this stuff when I was a kid, and with like dowsing and with like the L rods and finding water. And yeah. So I got a chance to come up here. I was living in Detroit at the time, and just crossing the bridge to the UP, to the Upper Peninsula, there's a big shift in the energy. The energy is amazing up here. And I think a big part of it is from all, you have like Uperlite, which is like UV. It's one of the UV.
You can see it with the black light.
stones.
Yeah.
And there's large amounts of red jasper and hematite, and there's silver and there's gold in the sand. Like it's just such a magical place. So my idea is eventually, I'm collecting minerals right now. There's huge mineral clubs and like shows and stuff up here because it is so unique to the area. But what I want to do is make my own kind of Upper Peninsula orgonite, where it's all just like the lower layers would be like black sand and hematite and iron. There's huge amounts of iron here. And then have the red being like red jasper, and then having the upper layers be like quartz and other very precious metals and stuff up here. So that's what I want to do.
That sounds absolutely awesome. And, I inspire all people on earth, once you guys figure out exactly how to create your orgonite, I can give you some tips though. You want to put some high powered, either neodymium or ferrite magnets, because usually when you're pouring orgonite, it's upside down, right? And you're filling a mold. Just remember when you guys are putting the magnets in, you want to put magnets. So you go clear in the bottom, right? You go purple, blue, you're doing the black layer on the very top. What you want to guys do is do ferrite or neodymium magnets, whatever your budget has. But what you want to do is you want to test, make sure the push side of the magnet is firing down the capstone. The negative that pulls magnetism from the ground is on the top. So when you flip it over, you want the magnetic force to be push, 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 push. And you want to draw magnetism from the ground. Now here's the little pizza recipe. You put the magnet down. You take shredded brass. You do a little pinch of shredded brass on top of the magnet. And then in all the empty spaces around in that grounding layer, you do the shredded titanium. Do not use aluminum or steel if you're going to put it underneath a human being. Let me say that one more time. Do not put aluminum or steel underneath a human being and push a frequency through their body. Titanium. So I just want to be real. Some people are still using aluminum. That's great if you want to put it outside and make a cloud buster. Do not put that underneath your bed. We have enough aluminum going on in our system. We don't need to do that. So I just wanted to say that. Cool. And let me answer a quick question on the Vogel. Even though this is not a Vogel, this is my little shungite pyramid, but I want to explain how it amplifies. Nice. Okay, this is how it amplifies. So on a Vogel, every single time they make a cut in a bend, right? So this would be, there's 4 sides on this, right? So if this was the tip of a Vogel, 4-sided, that every single time you see an edge, imagine a multiplication sign. So, like, for example, this is a crystal times 4. So, 1 times 2, multiply, 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 right? So on a Vogel, there's 12 sides. So every time you guys see a ridge, just do a multiplication sign in your mind. So if it's 24-sided, 12-sided, 24-sided, that is a quartz crystal times 24. Quartz crystal times 30, whatever it is for you, 12, 24, it goes up from there. The really expensive ones are like 48-sided, Then it's like $3,000. And there's only 2 places on Earth they cut a Vogel like that. One is in Brazil. Most of the best crystals are cut in Brazil. The other place is going to be China. But I'm not saying there's not, crystal smiths out there that have their own deals that can make Vogels. There's equipment you can buy in Tucson at the gem show. You can make your own Vogels. It's just very time consuming. So, okay, cool. With that, well, was there anything else you'd like to share, Gina, before I take it away? I know
well,
we had
yeah. I wanted to ask you about the cloud busters. Like if somebody wanted to do that for their... for their property, for their home? Like, have you made one on your own?
Yeah. What I realized is, yes, I've made one before, basically get a 5-gallon bucket and then, you put the black, because it's going to go in the ground as such. So the first layer you're going to pour is the black grounding layer. And then you do the green or whatever frequency. See, I work in frequencies. I can't just do, so like this would be a great model, right? This is black. We have green and then we have blue, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I pour in certain layers, and as I come up in the layers, when you're pouring, use higher vibratory frequency crystals. Do not go base layer black and then go green, blue, purple, then a clear quartz. That's how it's supposed to be done. You don't want to do that and then put a grounding rod or a piece of steel on the tip. The whole point is to surge the energy to a higher frequency, because imagine what you're doing is you're making a circus tent post in the lower densities of this earth, in this plane. You're making the center pylon of a circus tent, and you're creating this huge amount of energy and magnetism from the ground, and you're trying to make a point, right, and pushing the frequency up. So if everyone has that in their mind, you're like, oh, I'm trying to raise the frequency. So you always start low, use Earth's magnetism in the Schumann, but as you come up the layers, you want to go higher and higher and higher frequencies. Does that make sense? So even if I were to pour poles for a cloud buster, all of our poles on our pyramids, there's 3 layers deep. The bottom of the pole is magnetic brass titanium, black tourmaline shungite, and black kyanite to protect you guys from, dark magic. The black kyanite's really good at that. And then you go up to the center part of the bar. That's your green. That's your heart. Then you go up again. Another 3 feet on that bar is going to be your throat chakra, your third eye. And then obviously it sits. So how we did is instead of a cloud buster, I created these pyramids that are basically, it's a cloud buster on steroids. I've got 4 10-foot bars on the bottom, and I've got 4 10-foot bars going vertical that are amplified and firing through a piezoelectric device that's powered, has a plasma generator, and PEMF. So I guess what I can say is that a cloud buster on steroids is be kind of like what we do for your meditation pyramids. Those bars are full of orgonite. They're not hollow. So just, that's some of the stuff we do. And if you guys are making your own stuff, I definitely, inspire you. Hey, everyone's got their own style, their own swag, their own kung fu. We love it. You know what I mean? Some of the coolest things I've ever gotten are gifts from people that make their own specialty things. So we all are in this together. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I'm wondering, so, not a lot of people, I know you use the absolute best, highest quality crystals that have, the juice, they have the stuff. But if someone's just starting out, they don't really have a lot of money, they're like on Etsy or whatever looking for ground up crystals. Like, do you have any advice on how to like maybe charge them for their fullest capacity?
Let's go back in time 15 years, Gina. Let's go back to the guy from Southern California in flip-flops.
Little baby Rion.
Old board shorts covered in orgonite. Thought he was killing it just having a $5 footlong from Subway. He was living like a king. Some sun chips. You know what I mean? Just back in the day, bro, $5 footlong, I was a king. I was a king. I was like, that's my, we were shredded back then too. Maybe there's something to that, having, making more money sometimes doesn't help you. I mean, I was shredded with that, $5 footlong there. Okay. So, I would say you guys can get some. I don't really do the Etsy thing. I mean, that's cool. I do try to do the eBay thing just because I buy in bulk, but Etsy, fine. Whatever it is. Hey, listen, if it's someone's crystals they're selling, cool. I support whatever that is. You know what I mean? Whoever that is. But I would get some real quartz, wand points, or whatever the description is, some quartz points. I would go get a silicone mold because they're easier to use than HDPE molds, which you have to spray with mold release and you have to tape them every time. So a silicone mold. And then I would just start playing with, just remember like which stones associated with each chakra. Look at your little crystal book. Okay, I want to make a device for my third eye. Okay, which stones represent that? And what I do is in the beginning, I got something called Dr. Sore Thumbs off eBay. Oh my God, this thing. It's basically a steel hammer. You got a handle on this steel jar. Okay, it's called Dr. Sore Thumbs. You put the rocks in and you're just hammering, and it's like it's made out of steel. Dr. Sore Thumbs. So I used to hand crush everything, which is nuts. Your whole body shakes, You should put a mouth guard in. And then eventually I got my own powered gold crushing machine, and that's how I do it now. It's a big chain, wheel, it's electric, and it crushes all the stones up for me. But like I said, it's still a process. We got gas masks on, definitely if you guys are crushing stones, you got to wear a respirator unless you know exactly what stones you're crushing. Some of these stones, like for example, azurite, don't breathe it. Malachite, don't breathe it. Your body cannot kick out crushed quartz if you inhale it. So if anyone's like starting to play with crushing stones, gas masks, Cat 5. I mean, 2 layers deep, eye protection, hoodie. I look like I'm, the ears. I got the things tucked in over my hoodie with the ear things because the rock crusher is really loud. But it's a process, is what I'm trying to say. So don't take that lightly, your safety and your safety protocols when doing that. But yeah, I would just look at which stones per layer you guys really find that are going to help the chakras you really are trying to invigorate, and go from there. That's how I would say, because everyone's going to have a different style of things they want to do, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I actually, when I've been charging crystals, not to make orgonite, but just in general, just general maintenance, I have been putting my orgonite too, putting it on the ground, asking, the sun, asking the central sun, asking the grids, asking Gaia to clear, cleanse, charge, balance, align, upgrade, the crystals, and then I'll leave them outside for a few days and see what happens. But usually they get really charged up. So
any of those guys who have my devices, I would say clearing orgonite, how I do it. Okay, check it out. You're in a relationship with someone, you break up with them, they're no longer in your energy field, and you guys were sleeping in a bed with the same orgonite underneath it. You guys need to clear that to make sure they don't access back into your dream time. Or if you guys went through a trauma, or you guys got over being sick, the devices helped you heal yourself, and you're getting over that. This is how I recommend clearing my devices, or orgonite in general. Me, I'm old school. I get some soap and water. I take it under the sink. I'm washing it. Yeah, I wash it, and the whole time as I'm going clear, 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 and I'm moving the energy off of it. I dry it off. Make sure not to get the wires wet, mind you. Yeah. I take it outside. I put it right in the sun, and I go. I tell my higher selves, clear this. Boom. It's almost like if you guys clear food. If you guys know how to clear food and raise its frequency, I do the same thing on the orgonite. I let it sit outside all day in the sun. And then I'll let it sit, maybe if it's around a full moon, all day at night. The next morning, I'll bring it inside, and then I'll plug it back in, put it underneath my bed or the couch or however you guys want to do it. But soap and water. Our devices are waterproof. It's just the wiring you got to watch out for. Some of them are heat sealed. But here's the thing: I want these things to last forever for you. So just be careful. The materials we use are waterproof, but just clean them and then put them back under your bed. And I think it's really important for that. Just if you guys are feeling like, hey, what's going on with the orgonite, go take it outside, wash it, clear it off, give it some direct sunlight so it can charge all those crushed particles of crystals inside that device. Let them get charged by the sun. You're right. And so it's woo, and you'll feel the difference when you bring it back inside. That's definitely how I do it. Yeah. I
have a little story. I hadn't really been interacting with my pyramids very much. It was over the winter and just didn't really feel like bringing them outside and stuff. And I was doing some healing sessions with people, and I had a couple of people that they told me, they were like, I have this. Kind of had the urge to scroll on my phone while I was getting the session done. It was weird, and I was like, I wonder if because I had been watching my computer a lot next to the pyramids, and I was like, I wonder if they picked up some funky stuff, from the
You're
computer.
Programming them. It's maybe copying your energy because you're around them all the time. They're your beings. So maybe they're copying your consciousness and projecting that through the field. So yeah, you got to be very conscious with your devices and how you utilize them. 100%.
Right. Yeah, I started keeping my laptop and all of my devices in a separate room from the orgonite because I felt like I needed to kind of treat them with more respect. Honestly, I felt like I was kind of taking them for granted, and I feel like they got a little bit of gunk on them, and I was like, "I'm sorry,
way to go,
guys.
Gina! We gotta wash the organ. We gotta wash the organ. We're gonna wipe them down, give them some love. But with
They're my little friend.
Well, hey, listen, I've had orgonite take hits for me. I've had devices, the lights go out. It's not because of the thing. It's like that thing is protecting me from something slamming into my energy field.
Whoa.
I've had pyramids outside. I got hit. Some sort of weird scalar event happened like 3 or 4 years ago. Because in Sedona, I'm like, I got 9 powered pyramids on the property. You ain't taking this house down. I got hit with some weird scalar shit, and I looked up in the capstone. I could see the split in the capstone and where the frequency hit it, because they don't like it when you're a super high frequency being, and your devices are like King Tut in Sedona, baby, and they're like, we want to put the whole population to sleep and make them all special sauce. No disrespect. I'm there like, dun, da, 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 like you shall not pass, you jackasses. Like it won't work on me. So I've had, and I have a lot of people too that bought capstones. They're like, I felt like this thing's taking hits for me. I'm like, it is. It's protecting you from something trying to come in and get your ass. So depending on the city you're living in. And like I said, the stuff we make our program. And again, what did I program it with? Highest level of protection for my family. That's uno. So again, for the whole planet, I never have to repeat it again. Highest level of protection, protect my family. That's the first thing it's programmed with. So I just want to be real, 100%. Now, the night beings, the dark beings, and the fourth dimensional turds, they can't stand my shit. Why? I've had beings show up. People tell me, I don't know what it is about this sundial or what you did. This thing, whatever, like your mom's, almost like your grandma's bloodline demon. My mom can't, my grandma can't even step foot in my house. I'm like, yeah, because there's something attached to grandma that's not allowed in that space. So there's a combination for all you orgonite makers out there. It's sunstone, kunzite in the core of this. Here. Alchemy.
I love that new one. It's
Dude, check this out. So they can't stand these. So sunstone, kunzite, and I put a little colored stone in the middle to make sure the demon slayer, we call it the demon slayer in the shop, but it's just called abundance generator. But what you guys need to understand is this black layer has huge amounts of that black kyanite. They can't get close. You point this at a jackass and or in a space. So imagine you're sleeping. You have night terrors. You get the whole thing. Put this on the right-hand side of your body or this on underneath your body. Just leave it on. Whatever that is, it gets close and it goes, it can't take the frequency. It's oscillating faster than the physical plane. So what you can't see energetically is how big this field goes out when it's protecting you. So we figured out the alchemy to keep the turds out of your space. And that's all I'm going to say on Earth, and all I'm going to say on this broadcast on Fluff Tube. But we figured out a counter to some of the weird shit they're projecting on us and how they're getting into your house using Wi-Fi. I don't know if you saw the videos of how they can map your entire house with Wi-Fi. They can see the living organisms through the Wi-Fi router moving around the house. So with our devices, we're just going, nope, no access. You're not allowed in this space, mind you. And like I said, here's the deal. Free will, baby. Sovereignty. So if you guys are going to do all this weird shit to us, I have to remind everyone on Earth, cause and effect is a universal law. You do this weird shit to us, we're going to protect ourselves, we're going to defend ourselves, and we're going to create sacred space to protect our families and loved ones. So regardless of what, we're not just going to keep taking it in the face with these jackasses putting up 5G towers and everything else they're doing. So, programming the lily waves has been going on for 30 years in the United States. Look it up. Dirty electricity. They can make everyone in a city go into pain, fear, or anxiety by putting certain frequencies through the electrical grid, which is going through your entire house. Why do I feel weird? I don't know. Why don't you go check the frequency coming off the power cables coming from the power company. So I recommend that, not to get too off. We're supposed to be a happy video, but everyone out there, check this out. It's called Green Wave. No space. They're energy filters, and you get them on Amazon, get a 2-pack. You plug all your electronics into that green wave, or my devices into it, and then plug that into the outlet. But it filters out all the dirty electricity from your house. So it's important. That's how they've been doing it forever. Like, we're going to make the whole, Phoenix go into fear. They're just changing the frequency of a lily wave. A lily wave, just so you guys know, here. When they were programming dolphins in the 70s, they figured out that here's a waveform. Okay, it goes up and down. On the bottom trough of that waveform, they can program information. And that's how they started programming dolphins, talking to dolphins. That bottom waveform, they can put a little bit of information. So they figured out with lily waves how to program that stuff. And now they figured out how to pump it through the stuff. So all you guys out there that are really nerdy, techie, I love you, or just want to do that, get a green wave energy filter. So when everyone else in your whole neighborhood's like, I feel weird in my tum-tum, and you're just sitting there like, what's going on? It's because they're projecting weird frequencies through everyone's house. Inside the walls of your house, it looks like a huge Faraday cage. There's wires going through all the walls. You can't see it. There's a huge going up to the lights through the walls. So just pay attention to that. And I just want to be real. And that's globally, by the way. Figure that stuff out. Get some dirty electricity filters. The ones I use are called Green Wave. You can get them on Amazon. It keeps it at a constant, I don't know, 40 hertz or whatever. It just keps it right there.
Something like that. I have a couple of them.
Yeah, so they can't modulate the frequency around you. It's important, Yeah. But with that, Gina, was there anything else you'd like to share? This was a little surprise.
Well,
go ahead. Let's talk about your Interdimensional Fellowship Club, and let's talk about how people can get a hold of you for your sessions.
Yeah, so let's see, a couple of months ago, my guides told me that I was going to start a YouTube channel, and I told them, F no, I don't want to do that because I am scared of public speaking and like to be in the background, and I would have no part of that. And they told me, they said, who are you to deny others of your wisdom? And I was like, you know what? I guess you're right. So I
Ooh,
no,
you
they like
got,
got
you
mad.
got, yo, bro, the higher selves come through. Like, who are you to deny us access to the physical plane? Yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, fine, I guess I'll do this. And I've been having, I live kind of in the woods, and this is a thing I don't usually talk about with a lot of people, but I'm supposed to start. I've been having contact with a family of Sasquatch beings that live in the woods, and they're awesome. They're such loving, amazing people, and they have come and like done energy work on me and the dogs, and they're amazing beings. And so they've helped me to kind of open up to more of this multidimensional, interdimensional kind of connection that I feel like is on the cusp of happening with humanity. Like we all need to, we all live here, and we all need to get together and get some stuff done. So this is kind of part of it. I'm supposed to talk about the interdimensionals. So I decided to name my channel the Interdimensional Fellowship Club. And I'm just doing a bunch of interviews with people who I think are really awesome, including my buddy Rion. And
Hey,
yeah, and we're talking about, Sasquatch, and we're talking about, our ET buddies and the angels, and, all sorts of good stuff. So
yeah, I just like all of us in the United States and on the whole planet. I like us kind of like checking in with each other and seeing how
yes.
everyone's going, because that's the whole thing. Like, we're like in a huge, like, those like nets when you jump off a building that keeps you from hitting the ground. I feel like we're all on this like global net, and we're all trying to keep ourselves going up. So that's just all I wanted to share with that. We're here to help one another.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and Gina, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on
Yeah, it's been
Team Light
super fun.
interviews. And thank you for allowing me on your network as well.
Yeah, you're an awesome dude. I just wanted to say that also I do healing work. It's all donation based. So if anyone's interested in that, you can email me. I think it's somewhere on the under on the tab
The
or whatever it's
description,
called.
or too, if you can see the comments on the side, just put it right in the comments for everyone if you guys want a
Oh,
session
okay.
with Gina.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll write
well,
it
I'm,
right
I'm
now.
gonna I'm gonna take us home, Gina. Absolute pleasure.
All right.
All right, ladies and gents, are we having fun? All right, so no, I think that is fantastic, and whatever this is for everyone out there too, especially, it's like just follow your passion, follow your dreams. You could be an artist, you could be a musician, you can be a screenwriter, you can be an author, you could be an inventor, you could be a herbologist, you could be love being in the gardens, you could whatever this is, structural, foundational things, architectural things, a musician. I'm just trying to say, whatever it is out there on this planet, do and find the passions that you find that, really good in your heart, that actually brings you peace. Some of you guys could just be taking your dogs on a walk, or, exploring the strengths of your body. Maybe you're into CrossFit or whatever, self-improvement stuff. What I'm getting to right now is the reason why I'm sharing this is because there is a lot of distraction coming. And I don't want some of us to stop our normal schedule of how we maintain our not only mental sanity, but how we feel good in the suit, how we are balancing our reality, how we are interacting with the public and our friends and family. Because if we get all off center, if we get all upset and frustrated, we kind of cause a chain reaction. So I'm here to also remind you guys how powerful you guys are. As light beings walking around, and how a lot of people are kind of looking to you guys. What should we do? What's coming up next? How should we operate? So a lot of people look at us to kind of visualize specifically am I supposed to act in this situation. So I would just say, for everyone out there, I love you very much. And, we will do a normal morning coffee. This is a little deal here. You know what I mean? And, I'm here to remind you that some of us can't go down because there's no one else to pick us up. You may be just like me. So what I'm trying to say, if you are one of those light worker, light warrior leaders, please take the time every single day out to maintain your balance, your frequency, your nutrition, your health, your sanity, right? And don't stop doing that because of all the distractions that are about to come up. We know the distractions are coming, and we can talk about that more on Morning Coffee in a couple days. So I love you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here today. And until next time, all right? Peace. And thank you, Gina. Peace.
Well done, everybody. We can collectively take credit for that because we worked as a team. We used our hearts and our minds to defeat the enemy with minimal loss or damage.
Take me forward.
I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party too. Because I like to party, so I like my Jesus to party.
I like to picture Jesus as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
I like to think of Jesus like with giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner with like an angel band.